Let me start off by saying I would not want to live in a place that has an HOA. But if you do, that's your choice. And if you choose that, you know what comes with it. So don't go there, live in an HOA, and then start picking fights that are going to go drag on for years and take up all your life. So this is the kind of story that you see once in a while, and it's in the DC area, so I'll go over it. But I like to call these kind of stories, "Is this the hill you want to die on?" So meet Frank Capone, no relation to Al. And if you're looking at him and you see an angry, overweight, middle-aged white guy and you think he's a Trump supporter, he is. So why is Frank in the New York Times? He moved into an HOA in a upper end suburb of DC in Alexandria called Potomac Yards. You can find it on the map. It's a nice area. I've been there. I go to the mall there. And he moved into an area with an HOA, and he's been fighting them for years. So everyone has a hobby. My brother likes working on cars, and he'll buy cars from this company called Copart, and he'll buy a Mustang that was hit from the front, a Mustang that was hit from the back. They're both totaled, and then he'll combine them, get a salvage title, and then he's got a new car. I have a hobby. I like to do welding. What's Frank's hobby? He likes to sue his HOA. So if you live in an HOA, they have a lot of rules, and one of their rules is that if you have holiday lights up, you got to take them down in January. He got that notice, rolled his eyes, and rather than take them down, he called a lawyer. He wanted a hearing, and that's been going on for years. So remember, he did this voluntarily. He bought into an HOA in an area where 77% of the people voted for Kamala Harris, and he is a Trump supporter. So why would you do that? But anyway, over the years, he has sent thousands of emails, according to this article, and spent $40,000 suing the HOA over things like parking spots and whether he can have a Mickey Mouse flag in his flower pot. So $40,000 so far. And he's 50, so $40,000 had he invested in the market, that could be 80, 160. That could be a lot of money towards his retirement. But rather than that, or use the money on nice vacations and things like that, he's spending it on lawyers and suing the board. So he's so prickly and aggravates so many people that some of his people on the HOA have set up a website, removefrankcapone.org, where they tried to get him removed from the board when he got himself elected. And I'll just play a little bit. This is, I won't say the highlight, the low light reel, but yeah, he likes to yell. Very abrasive guy.
Where are they getting that authority from? Is that a Virginia statute? Is that in the Declaration? So
No, it's well established for.
Here comes the gobbledygook bullshit again. And are we
Tonight-
getting charged? Are we getting charged $450 an hour times 3 for this? Who authorized this? Why do we have 3 lawyers on this call? We have a fiduciary duty. We don't need 3 lawyers for this. It's not the Declaration.
Frank, you've a couple of minutes to speak. If you have a specific question for the lawyers, you can ask it.
Yes.
Right.
Committing criminal activity, Lou. You're committing criminal activity, Lou.
Hey, Frank, you're
You're
speaking
committing
out of
criminal
turn.
activity, Clea. We're
You've
not
had an
responsible for
opportunity
landscaping
to
on
discuss
condo
this
property. You're
request in
committing criminal
executive
activity, Clea.
session. You've made your point.
You're committing criminal
and-
activity, Clea. Lou's a crook too. We all know that.
Okay.
And that goes on, that's less than a minute. That goes on for 35 minutes in this video. I watched it, so you don't have to, but you get the idea of the type of person you're dealing with. So the article says he has no legal training, but after years of wrangling with the HOA, he likes to cite case law and statutes and all that stuff. So this HOA charges $125 a month, which is nothing. I have a lot of family in Florida, and some of those HOAs are, $800, $1,000 a month. But they do more things, obviously, besides taking care of the landscaping and things like that. Some of them have like pools and workout centers and things like that. But anyway, this HOA is 125 and they just do storm removal and things like that. And this is what it looks like. You know, it's a nice neighborhood, and there are developments like this that have HOAs in the DC area, and there are ones that don't. I live in a house that looks like this. It's a townhouse, but mine is 100 years old, so obviously there's no HOA. And given the choice between living in a place like this with an HOA or my own, I choose to live on my own. And somebody like Frank should live on their own so he doesn't spend his time and his life and his money arguing with the HOA. But this is what he chose for himself. So one of the arguments that he had and is in litigation with the HOA, he kind of has a point. So there's 250 townhouses, and the city said that the townhouses each have to have their own parking, but 250 of them were built without garages. So on some private land that the HOA owns, they gave them parking spaces so that they wouldn't have to build garages. And then he's suing them because he says since it's land owned by the community, it should belong to everyone and no one should get a special parking spot there. May have a point there, but you know, he's suing with his own money to enforce that. And when he sues with his own money, the HOA has to defend with everyone's money, and so everyone's HOA fees will probably go up because of this guy. So this is one of the things he's fighting about: no displays on the lawn, and you know, he's got a Mickey Mouse flag on his pot, which I think they were charging him like $50 a day for. And if you like this so much, why don't you put it inside your house in front of your computer? Even if they're in the wrong, is this something that you want to spend your life fighting over? I could see if this was your religion and it was a menorah or a Star of David or a cross or anything like that, but you're spending hundreds of dollars an hour for a lawyer to fight over a Mickey Mouse flag. So as I said, when he sues the HOA has to defend, and so their legal bills have grown from $21,000 a year to $139,000 a year, and that's something that everyone on the HOA has to pay. And so obviously this guy is not getting any new friends there. So early on in his fight, he did get on the board. There were apparently other people who were not happy with the board, and he got voted in. And after that, started exhibiting what they describe as disruptive behavior and misuse of power. And according to the article, he sent 9,000 pages of emails. So as I said, in terms of hobbies, you know, I like welding. My brother likes working on cars. Some people like painting, watercolors, very smoothing. But suing your HOA and things like that, is that fun for you? Is that how you want to spend your life? So anyway, they wanted to get him off, and they started this Remove Frank Capone website, which he sued for and lost. And a lot of the people in this area, because it's near the Pentagon, they work at the Pentagon. And if you know people that work on the Pentagon, I used to date a woman who worked there, and they get up at like 5 in the morning, and some of them have to be work at 6. But they were sort of coordinating like a military unit to deliver flyers to everyone and get him voted out. And they did get him voted out. And as you can see, he's not happy about that. People just want to move on with their lives. They don't want to be involved in this petty nonsense and vote in these little elections. But they did have an election, and he was so disliked that they voted 405-4 to get rid of him. So they start taking pictures of violations. This is what his deck looks like. As you can see, you probably wouldn't want to see this if you were his neighbor. But if you weren't in an HOA, you would just shrug your shoulders and move on with your life. I have 2 neighbors, and one of them likes to put stuff on his porch. One of them doesn't. And, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. But if you live in an HOA, yeah, it's a thing. So the funny thing is, even though he keeps suing the HOA because he doesn't like their rules, when he moved in, he was pretty active, taking photos of other people's homes and reporting the violations to the HOA. So he was sicking the HOA on his neighbors, but he's upset that the HOA is going after him. So, he has no problem reporting their violations and trying to get the HOA to find them and go after them. But when the HOA turns their eyes on him, it's time to lawyer up, baby. So as I said, some of the violations, $50 a day, and got up to $5,000, and he's already spent $40,000 in legal fees, and there seems to be no end in sight to this. So as I said, he sued one of the board members personally, Ms. Dana, for $9,800 in a small claims court in Virginia. And then she, as part of her defense, she produced thousands of emails and transcripts from the board meetings. He lost that, but the fight continues. So he ran again this year for the board. He got 9 votes. The winner got 238. So as I said, not a popular guy. And when asked why he moved into this unit that has an HOA when he could have lived someplace else, he said, mainly location. Also, it was less expensive than downtown Alexandria. But if you count the $40,000 in legal fees, the $5,000 in fines, and the countless hours of your life that you spent sending thousands of emails, did you really get a bargain? I don't think so. So downtown Alexandria is beautiful. You guys can look it up on Google if you're not in the DC area. We like to go there on the weekends sometimes. It's got a very colonial feel to it, and during Christmas and Halloween and things like that, there's a lot of decorations there. It's very beautiful. It's by the water, lots of nice restaurants, everything like that. So I don't blame him for wanting to live there, but for buying a home in an HOA, sending complaints about all your neighbors to the HOA to get them to go after your neighbors, and then complaining when the HOA goes after you for the same things that you're complaining about. I don't know. I feel like you're complaining about the sandwiches you eat for lunch, but you made your own sandwiches. So her wife seems like she's tired of fighting with him. When they asked her about it in the interview, she said, "It is what it is." And that she doesn't like the clutter outside their home. And with the $450 they're paying a lawyer per hour, they could be traveling the world with kids. And I agree. So as I said, the HOA's legal bills went from $21,000 to $139,000 because of him. So I'm sure his neighbors don't like him, and he's not going to a lot of barbecues. And why would you live someplace if your neighbors don't like you? And especially if you caused it yourself. And in terms of saving money, as I said, as of now, according to the article, $5,000 in fines, $40,000 in legal fees and counting. And even if he wins in this case, the U.S. is not the U.K. In some countries like the United Kingdom, the loser pays the legal fees of the other person. But in the U.S., it is not that way. So even if he won his case and something happened with the parking spots that he was complaining about, or the other issues that he was complaining about with the landscaping and things like that, even if he won that case and the HOA incurred $100,000 in legal fees, and he's incurred $40,000 in counting, even if he wins that case, he is still not getting that $40,000 that he spent on legal fees back. That's $40,000 that he could have used to buy a nice car for his wife. He could have put that towards his kids' college. He could have traveled the world with that and had amazing memories. But he spent a lot of that time in front of a computer, sending out emails, looking up statutes, dealing with lawyers, and paying money out of his pocket that he'll never get back. So as I said, is this the hill that you want to die on? As a lawyer, you have to manage expectations for a client. And if I was his lawyer, that's what I would say. Like, is this the hill you want to die on, Frank? And if you think $450 an hour for lawyers is expensive, it's not. I mean, for that type of law, it's probably okay. In the type of law that I practice that deals with finance, junior associates, 3 or 4 years out of law school, might be $700 an hour, and partners might get $2,000 an hour. But it's dealing with banks and regulatory issues, so it's very specialized. But $450 an hour sounds reasonable. But again, $40,000, that's not chump change for anyone. So I questioned the bargain that he got. I question moving into an HOA and taking photos of your neighbors and trying to sick the HOA on them and then complaining when the HOA gets sicked on you. If you don't like the way the HOA is operated and you're upset about all these things, one, you shouldn't have bought into it. And two, you could have voted with your feet years ago and just sold it and moved on. And then do what I did. I own a townhouse that's like the townhouse that he bought, but mine doesn't have an HOA, and I'm okay with that. Do I like when the neighbor has a gaudy display or plays their music too loud? No, but you know what? I just shrug it off and move on with my life. So anyway, that's today's video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just leave a comment below and like and subscribe so you'll see future videos. Once again, I've said some legal things on this video, but this is for educational, informational purposes only and does not constitute a legal advice or create an attorney-client relationship between you and I. And these are my opinions. So have a great day, everyone. If you want to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link, and there's a link to sign up for Robinhood, as well as my other channel that you can check out. And I don't know how many more videos I would do on VERAs and VSIPs and things like that. But, I am a lawyer and I do have an internet connection, and I like talking about the law. So if you like seeing videos about stuff like this, just let me know and I'll keep doing them. If you have other suggestions, put them below. Have a great day, everyone.